What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and the curse is real. I just should honestly just stop going on Dortmund's Twitch, because that was atrocious. Now, I mean, I try my best to stay positive, and I try. I'm representing Dortmund, and I'm a positive guy in general. It is the 5 takeaways for the Freiburg and Dortmund game. Apparently, that's okay. But I don't know. I'm going to be completely just upfront and honest on what my results are. I mean, this is our 5 takeaways. It's going to be more of a community one. I'm going to address the chat from time to time and get some of your guys' results. But I'm just going to start blurbing out stuff. So, that was the most open game of football I've seen all season. Not in a good way. That game was so stretched. There was so much space between our midfields, between our defense. Every single time we turned over the ball, which was a lot because there was a lot of sloppy passes out there. It turned around, and Hoffenheim should have probably scored 5 or 6 goals on us today. It was some of the worst defending I've seen, and I was trying my entirety of the time on the watch along to just kind of keep my mouth just relaxed a little bit, but it was awful. It was the defense. There's no organization in that back line. Hummels, I don't know how many times today, and I want to single him out. I love Hummels, you guys know that, but it's come a time where that was unacceptable in almost every level. He went into every challenge wrong. He got walked around left, right, and center. He was just so slow, which we know. Hummels has different attributes to make him special, but in a game like today, he looked like a youth player, man, and I don't mean it in a bad way, because I love Hummels, and I know I have to apologize after doing an insult because I'm Canadian, but in total reality, he was one of, in my opinion, probably the worst player on the field today. Whether we put that down to him being tired or just being an off game, it was atrocious to watch. The back line again was completely unorganized. I thought Chan was decent, and he's playing out of position, which shows that. And even some positives, like I thought Jude had an amazing pressing game. I thought he did so well getting the ball back from us. But he gave the ball away a lot as well. It was literally every time he gave the ball away, he pressed to get it back. And it was one of those kind of give and take kind of situations with him. And then the front four, again, there's no organization, no getting the team together, no knowing exactly a game plan of what to do. And that comes down to Terzic, man. And I'm not saying, I see a lot of people in the comments saying, well, we shouldn't have sacked Favre. And it's like, I don't know. Like, Favre wasn't leading us anywhere that was going to be very successful, in my opinion. We lost 5-1 to home to Stuttgart. But if you're going to fire Favre, you should have replaced him adequately. Whoever it be, some type of manager who's done it. Terzic just isn't looking like the guy. He doesn't look like he knows exactly what he's doing, and isn't able to find a way to balance his team. And I'm not putting it all on Terzic. I'm putting it a little bit on everybody. The players look lackluster. There's no fight. The tactics are atrocious. The set-piece defending is atrocious. The goaltending. I thought Hitz had a relatively decent game. I was talking with producer T about it, and he kind of agrees with me. But that's not what people remember. People remember the main mess up, and it's not being a commanding goalie, not coming off your line, and then punching the ball directly back in to someone's face and then in the back of your net. I mean, I know we got a draw from it, but all in all, I mean, I don't think we deserved a point. There's so many cracks with that team right now that are happening, and some serious changes are gonna have to be made. We're slipping further and further away from a Champions League position, which is just also frustrating, and it's hard to watch. It is, and I know you guys are frustrated, you guys are upset, and I don't have the answers. I don't know what's it gonna take to turn this sort of thing around. The best we can hope for is just, like I said, getting in that Champions League position, because it's gonna be a wholesale change. A new manager's got to come in. A new goalkeeper's got to come in. 1 or 2 new center backs have got to come in. Even shaking up the midfield. This thing is going to be rejuvenated for next season, whether we're playing Champions League football or not. And for right now, we can't fire Terzic. We can't look for a new manager. It doesn't work quite like that. That's what like someone who, like a Schalke, for example, could go through 2, 3, 4 managers a season if they wanted to. We have to stick with Terzic now. It is what it is. We have the players we have, and he's just going to have to find something that clicks. But that's my little spiel about it. I wasn't happy with almost any part of that game, and it was hard for me to take away positives from it. I thought Hitz played okay, but again, one mistake pretty much turns it around. The referee decisions was here or there. I mean, you could put it back to the fact that Holland should have had that foul, and it would have stopped a goal from conceding. But we should have never put in this situation. Hoffenheim is a team that is in unbelievably horrible form. This is not a team that was anywhere near what they should be. Plus, they were missing their best player in Kramaric, and they still were the better side today. So we'll go into some comments. I don't know how many we're going to address today and see what you guys have to say, but for me, it's just a deflating result. I was happy we obviously got the point. A win would have been perfect, but from what I saw, it was just so weird tactically. Hoffenheim was going for it too. That's why it was such a stretched game. Hoffenheim didn't care whether to sit back. They're like, you know what, we're going at this Dortmund side, we can. And that's kind of concerning when teams like Hoffenheim, who aren't doing very well, can look at Dortmund and be like, I know we're away from home, but I still think we can go for it and get 3 points, and arguably should have. But yeah, so let's see what you guys are saying. I know that I said 5 takeaways, but I gave you like 55, I guess, there. So take of them what you will, and we'll get into your guys' takeaways. Lucas said there's some incoming hate comments, probably. Hey guys, I want to understand what Dortmund's plan is and how to play a team without an identity. There isn't really an identity. There's a lot of confusing players out there. There's no real game plan. And I stem that back to Terzic, but these are professionals, man. Like, if they wanted to play a certain type of way, they can do it as well. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but there's no identity really going forward, or even especially in defense, and it's very scary. I was concerned that entire game. There was like 6 or 7 opportunities where Hoffenheim could have scored. They don't have a plan. I hope you're all happy Favre isn't here. I don't think, again, guys, that Favre would have made a crazy difference there. And there's no one going to take over. I can't see Terzic getting sacked, man. I really can't. He's going to be here for the rest of this season, and hopefully can get some answers. Board has a plan, and that's evident of it. Can't even get together a good manager for next season. They're facing... I don't know how it's going to be, man. Again, the sale of Jadon Sancho is pretty likely. It's going to still be able to put us in a comfortable position. Dortmund is a very well-run club financially, and losing the Champions League money will hurt. But, I mean, selling a player who is as valuable as Jadon Sancho will still be able to put us in a good position, even if we don't have Champions League football. We sell Sancho and maybe one other player, not a huge player, but like another player. Like, we shift some weight out, like a Dahoud, for example. We'll get a good chunk of money. We'll get a Marco Rose still. I don't think that'll scare Rose off. Even a Jesse Marsch wouldn't be obviously scared off. One of those two managers will probably come. We'll still be able to attract play. We're still Borussia Dortmund. It's going to suck playing in the Europa League if that's where we end up. Because right now, looking at the evidence of our performance on the pitch, there's no proof that we're going to be able to come back into a top 4 position. And we can't defend. That is the biggest issue. Chan, Delaney, and Dahoud, guess, are out. Those 3 stupid want to sell. Hi, Josh. Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm going to roll over Core's comments. We can't hire a new manager, Core. That's not how it works. Yeah, I agree with you. This team, because of a shame, Payne's here, and Payne's not going to switch. No one's going to stop cheering for Dortmund because they're losing. That's not how real fans work. I'm fuming. I'm fuming as well, my friend. Sancho probably died in the second half. Yeah, Sancho was very quiet today, man. That sucked. He was very quiet. Approach Allegri. Give him a free shot until the end of the season. Again, guys, it's just not how Dortmund's run. We're not going to go for a manager who can't speak German. It's as simple as that. I feel like Hummels, he is too slow for modern football. I've been noticing of recent weeks, man. Hummels today was, in my opinion, the worst performance I've probably ever seen Hummels play. I was furious with almost everything he did on the pitch. It sucks because he's such a talented player. He is. It's not working for him. I think his best position at his age now, with what his strength would be, playing in a 3-4-3 formation. Otherwise, he's getting run over and paying on the back too. Yeah, we're not going to ask Favre to come back, guys. There's going to be no coaching changes. Jude and Delaney can't play together. Neither are good on the ball and average passing or individual. I think Dahoud should be starting going forward, man. If you ask me, probably Dahoud and Delaney. That's my opinion. But it's just I don't know. It's the biggest mystery in the world. Who would be your best midfield combo? I would... Honestly, man, I might even try to, like... It's hard. Okay. Realistically, it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. I would say have Dahoud, have Delaney as a CDMs, and then pick your front. It'll probably be Sancho, Royce, Brandt, and then obviously Holland up front. But I think that Terzic needs to really seriously look at playing a 3-4-2-1. We have the personnel for that right now. We're not changing personnel. It would obviously go hits and net. Right wing back, you'd have to bring back in Marai or even Hazard. When Thorgan Hazard comes back, man, I'm playing him right on that right wing back spot. Then you have Chan, Hummels, where he's comfortable and will be better with a very quick Chan beside him, and of course Akanji on the other side. Guerrero in his comfortable left wing back position. Have Dahoud and Delaney as your CDMs. Dahoud's still good at going forward, very technical on the ball. Delaney can go in there to do a job defensively. And then you leave 2 players, because we have 3 center attacking mids. So you either have Royce, Sancho, Brandt, whoever. They can play tight in under the striker, which is, of course, Holland. That is the formation that our system and our personnel fit. Terzic isn't really doing it, and it's going to be curious to see what he does going forward. We have Schalke coming up, which we have a very exciting stream with a very special interview coming up for you guys, so that will be a very special moment. But, I mean, if we don't beat Schalke, man, I will lose my mind. Anyways, Hitz was okay, but if Kramich was playing, he would have conceded 5. Hitz was okay, man. He had a decent game, but like I said, he had a huge error again, and that's all people are going to remember. I'm not sure we win against Schalke. We better. If I lose on Schalke on Dortmund's Twitch, I'll have to sit down with their board and be like, all right, Josh, there's seriously something going on here. You can't come back on. It's enough. There's a lot of comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try to... If I skip over a comment and you guys want me to answer it, just ask it again, because if Dembele plays against Alves, we will get another 5 million. I know. That's sweet. Stupid transfer for Dortmund, but... Akanji, please leave. I wasn't overly angry with Akanji. Get Rose now. We can't, but Dan, we will get Rose, man. Mark my words, he will be our manager. Why is Dahoud not starting? And also give a chance for... Yeah, I don't know, man. We've been talking about Dahoud since the beginning of the season. Like, it's obviously... I don't know. He's by far the more superior. And that's what I mean by Jude. Jude did such a good job today pressing. Best player on the pitch for pressing. But he's the reason a lot of time we lost the ball and then had to press. It's an odd little situation. Josh, by the way, I'm Grandpa Lotion in Twitch chat. Chris, you're an interesting guy. You got me. Grandpa's Lotion 69. Ranier does need a chance. And George is here too. George is probably just having a time. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna watch us in the Europa League unless we're in the semis. Axel will come back, man. We don't really have a defensive player. Well, Delaney is that defensive player, but if we don't beat Schalke, we don't deserve Champions League. We better beat Schalke. Sancho could have won us the game if he had taken the shot from Rafa's heel instead of the pass. I know, Sancho a couple times, man, was just making wrong decisions, had opportunities. I've never seen Josh as pissed off. I feel for you. It's not even that I'm pissed off. It's just sort of like annoyed. It's annoyed by the fact that like we got a point, but it was just such an ugly game to watch. There was no identity, no game plan. Players weren't playing well. The tactics were off. We struggled against a team who was struggling in the league without their best player to rally a point. Frankfurt wins. We're in a further hole. It's a tough situation, and I am a positive person, but I don't know. I feel like I can let out some of that concerns, and if it was me, man, I'd switch into the 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. We have to. If you look at our team, man, it's the only formation that suits certain players, especially with Hazard coming back. Hazard, who's good at a wing back position, and Guerrero as your wing backs, plus your 3 center backs, which will make Hummels comfortable. Get Dahoud in there with Delaney, a good matchup in the midfield. And then the most important thing, we have Royce, Sancho, Brandt, and Reina, who are all attacking, like a center attacking players. I know Sancho can play in the wing, but he's also very good in all 4 of those players. Pick 2 of them. Put them under Holland. There's your formation. Something's got to change. We can't keep going back at this. I don't think Rose will come if we don't get Champions League football. I think he will. I think Rose will absolutely come because I don't think Gladbach's going to get Champions League football. I don't think another club as big as Dortmund is going to go out for Marco Rose. I think it's, in my opinion, Champions League, Europa League, we're going to get Rose, in my opinion. So are you seriously expecting an outside of the top 4 finish? I don't know what to say, man. That's a great question. I don't know what to say. I'm very, like I said, I'm very positive, very optimistic that we can turn around. There's a ton of games left, man. I'm not saying it's completely out of reach, But there's going to become a time where you're looking at the table and you're going to think, man, a lot's going to have to go our way. We're going to have to start picking up form. We're going to start winning games. And we're going to have to pray other teams in front of us drop points. Which Frankfurt's one of the hottest teams in the league, as is Wolfsburg. And those two teams, along with Bayern and Leipzig, are probably going to shape out the top 4 unless Dortmund go on a tear, which I don't see any evidence on the pitch that says we are going to do so. However, we have a much more talented team than those other teams we were talking about, being, honestly, Leverkusen, Gladbach, Leipzig, even maybe, but Leipzig's already 2 ahead. But Wolfsburg, we have better quality. It's just whether we can figure it out or not. But yeah, it is frustrating. Reina is so overrated. I hate the media and the natural fans highlight reels. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's overrated. I think he's a very talented young player, and he's going to turn into a very good player. He's very young, though, man. He's very, very young. He had a hat-trick of assists early in the season. He's a great, great young player. He's playing out of position, and he's completely out of form and low on confidence, which is hard to do from this honestly run we're in. Forget choosing between Locatelli and Neuhaus. We need both. We won't be able to afford both, so I don't think we'll be able to afford even Neuhaus at this point, man, if we don't get Champions League football. Hey, Josh, do you remember the posts that you sent on Instagram a few days ago about the Lazio keeper? Yeah, I would take him in a heartbeat, man. I would. He's a realistic, and I mention it because he's a backup goalie right now to Pepe Reina. Reina's 38 years old and came out of nowhere, just decided to be the starting goalie, and I don't think he got it because of his play. I think he got it because of his name, and Lazio just liked the fact that Pepe Reina is there. But he's a good keeper. I think hopefully he'll come next year and be the starter 1,000%, and then Hitz or Berkey, whoever stays, will be the backup keeper. Sell Akanji. Well, if we're doing a clean sale of things, it may be an option, but we need a new center back. Yes, we absolutely do. Hummels has been off recently. That's why I'm suggesting going to a back 3, man. Try to get we have to play Hummels and Akanji. We have no other options. So let's try to suit to their needs. And having Chan as an outside center back along with Akanji, they're relatively quick with Hummels in the middle. It'll work better than what we're seeing. Feel your frustration, Josh. Terzic is not competent. He's what we got right now. It's what we got to go with. I wouldn't say he's not confident, but I mean competent is just he's a young, new manager, man. He got thrown into this situation. He's doing the best of what he can. But I mean, clearly, maybe he wasn't quite cut out for it. I don't blame Terzic. He's a little out of depth. Yeah, Josh, at this point, I'm having much more fun watching the Blackhawks than PVB, unfortunately. I promise you I'm not having more fun watching the Senators. So I'm still relying a little bit on good old Dortmund here to turn things around. I bet $10 we wouldn't see a performance trying Collins instead of Akanji. I don't know, man. I don't know if young Collins can come in and steer the ship, but, I mean, you can try. 5 points out of the last 18 in the last 6 games. Oh, man. Berkey, Hitz, Akanji, Meunier, Paslak, Schultz, Delaney, Chan, Renier should all go. Berkey and Hitz, take your pick. I'm assuming one will go. Akanji could potentially go. Meunier will absolutely not go. Paslak will probably go. Schultz probably could go. Delaney, I don't think will go. Chan will not go. And Renier, I think, will probably have his loan cut short. What frustrates me the most is that we keep trying the same formation and whatever works. We need to be trying a 3-4-3. Yes, we do. So, like, if you just overheard me, the formation, in my opinion, that suits the squad is easily the 3-4-3, especially with Hazard coming back, knowing that he can play a wing-back position. It makes so much more sense. Bayern now's here, throwing in. Yeah, the Sevilla game is going to be interesting. Do you think Dortmund will finish top 4? I say it's 60-40. We don't, if I'm being completely honest. There's definitely still a chance. There's a ton of football to play, man. It takes 1-2 performances going our way. Maybe we go into Schalke, we have a good performance, we rally, we start getting up some points. But we were supposed to take points from every game in this February. It was an easy run, and we have not. Anyone saying Chan should be sold are clueless. I wouldn't sell Chan. We stopped pressing opponents from the beginning of the game. Well, to be fair, Jude pressed the entire game. Jude did do good in terms of pressing. Josh, your face turned red. You need water. I'm just yelling and screaming and crying, and it's just frustrating, but it's part of being a Dortmund fan. There you go. I got my water in. What do you think about Wolfsburg versus Gladbach game? I mean, best case scenario, like, I guess a draw? I don't know. I think it could be a draw. I think probably Wolfsburg are favorites. longer Haaland's hair gets, the worse we get. I wish Dahoud would start. I would love to see them do that. I think that formation sounds beautiful. Do you guys not agree? 3-4-2-1. Hits. Right wing back Hazard. Chan, Hummels, Akanji, Guerrero, Delaney, Dahoud, and then Sancho, Brandt, Royce, Reina, whoever, Haaland. Nailed it. Who would be our 2 central mids right now? I'd get Dahoud in the starting 11, man. Like, I don't know what he did to anger them so much, but I'd start him over Bellingham, especially in the Champions League. I don't think Bellingham's quite ready to start that Sevilla game. Why can't we just sell Meunier for like 5 million? Because no one will take him. He's on such high wages with Dortmund because he got signed on a free agent. So someone's got to match those wages, or Meunier doesn't have any real option to go. And I just don't see them being able to flip him. Plus, I don't see it. I don't see him going. When Haaland doesn't score, he's useless. Remember when we played the 3-4-3 with a false 9 before Haaland came? I missed that. I think there's a decent chance maybe we have Haaland playing obviously in that 3-4-3 again, not being a false 9 though, playing a 3-4-3 and he be the striker. But yeah, we need a wholesale changes. There's a lot of issues going on right now, but the bright side is it's not over. There's a ton of football coming up. We still have a half decent fixture list coming up. It's just we're gonna have to really get on it. We're gonna have to start getting some results and get them quickly. I hope Lazio knocks out Bayern. Me too. Probably won't happen, but I do. Not Dahoud. 3-4-2-1 with Hazard as right wing back. Yeah, I mean, I prefer Dahoud. I think every time Dahoud comes on the pitch, he's better. I don't think there's anyone else really go with. I don't think it would probably be Bellingham and Delaney, but I don't think Bellingham's ready to keep doing these kind of games. No, I don't think Royce is done. Not a chance. Royce is too good of a player. He's definitely not done. This club is gonna kill me. I'm stressing too, my friend. I'm stressing too. But I think, guys, we'll probably wrap it up there. Hits, Chan, Hummels, Akanji, Mirai, Dahoud, Delaney, Guerrero, Sancho, Reina, Haaland. Mine's similar to that. I'm assuming that's definitely a 3-4-3, but I would obviously have Hazard, Mirai until Hazard's fit, but then Hazard at the right wing back. But yeah, I mean, it could be. In my opinion, Paslak was written off too early. He sometimes gives away fouls, but gives more energy. He does. That's his best attribute. Is he's an energetic player. I don't think Terzic trusts him, and I don't think Terzic is going to start him. That's why Emre Can is playing as a right back. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what Terzic does. He's got some huge games coming up, and we need some big results. We will be streaming the Sevilla game here on our YouTube channel, so something to look forward to. It's going to be quite the game. I mean, if we beat Sevilla on our YouTube channel, it's a YouTube versus Twitch thing. It has to be. Something's going on there, but I'm excited to see if Hazard comes back and get into the starting 11, and I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments how you would try to fix this mess we have going on, but we need to start picking up points quickly, or we're just going to keep slipping away from the top 4. So thank you guys so much for joining us on the Twitch stream as well as here right now. So until next time, guys, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.